Hi, I'm Patricia Grootjans. I'm a quantum healer from the Netherlands. I'm also an astrologer, and recently I published my first book on quantum healing. It's called Ocean of Love, Quantum Healing for All. Let me show it. Hope you can see it. And I'm very happy that Candice has written a foreword for this book. And it is about my experience with Source. It's about the experience I had when I left the body in a near-death experience. And I discovered that we are all one, we are all connected, and that everything is energy and consciousness. So this is what I write about in Ocean of Love. How did I discover quantum healing? After my near-death experience, I was looking for answers. It was a most beautiful and life-changing experience, but it was also confusing. I wanted to know why I was still here. What was the purpose of me being here? And I discovered the work of Dolores Cannon, and while I was reading her books, I discovered that this could be a way to connect with that same realm again. And this may be a way to show others how you can connect with Source and with your higher self, that part of you that is infinite and that can never die. So I became a QHHT practitioner, and after Dolores her passing, I continued my journey and I became an advanced hypnotherapist. And I also took the Beyond Quantum Healing course that Candice had created. And with Beyond Quantum Healing, I found a way to blend everything, all the tools that I had developed during my spiritual training over the years. And it opened so many doors to find quantum healing and to share quantum healing with others. What is the most interesting thing that I experienced during the session? Well, the most interesting experience that I had in a session was while I was working on my book, Ocean of Love, and I was doing a lot of sessions with other practitioners and also by using self-hypnosis, going into that theta state. So I was receiving a lot of information from Source and my higher self and also my future self, because I found a way to travel to the future and connect with my future self who had a lot of information. I received a lot of information about water. I was already familiar with the work of Dr. Emoto, who shared his experiences that our emotions and our thoughts can influence the structure of water. Now, in my sessions, I found information that went even beyond that. I learned that we are able to use bilocation and teleportation by using the capacities that water has to bilocate and teleportate. When I heard my higher self giving me this information, I found it hard to believe. I was thinking, am I making this up? And I guess that's what a lot of clients experience during a session. Our conscious mind comes in between and says, is this real? Yet I started to explore and to investigate, could this be true? And I found that there was a scientist who had already discovered that water has the capacity to use bilocation and teleportation. And this scientist is Luc Montagnier. He is a Nobel Prize winner. And within the scientific community, he is being laughed about, but yet he is a very intelligent man. He didn't win the Nobel Prize for nothing. So I found it fascinating that I was able to receive this kind of information while I am not a scientist at all. And I know very little about water. Another thing that Source has shown me in these sessions, in these quantum healing sessions, is that I was able to heal the water. I found it very fascinating. So these are things that I write about in the book, and this is also why it has the name Ocean of Love. And although I found a lot of information, I know there is much more to discover, and I'm already planning on working on the next book where I want to dive deeper into this information.